Are you headed to Hollywood Studios?
Then you need to watch this video.
So I wanted to interrupt and let you guys know that today's video is brought to you by Hoka Shoes. We are affiliated with them and we absolutely love these shoes. These are our theme park shoes. They are great for walking, running, or anything. They are great on our feet, and they even make recovery shoes for you to use. So we highly recommend these shoes. These are mine. These are the Rincon 3s. Ashley wears the Bondi 8s and she absolutely loves them. I plan on getting another pair very, very soon. But these are the Rincon 3s. I chose red because it is my favorite color. So anyway, use the link in the description box below to get your pair today. It really helps us out, bring you quality videos that you guys like to watch. All right, back to the video.
Welcome back to BA Adventures, where we are going over our top 10 tips and tricks just for you at Hollywood Studios, which is at
Walt Disney World.
So we are going to dive right into this. We have several things that we are going to discuss. We're going to discuss our rope drop strategy, our
Genie Plus strategy.
Genie Plus strategy. Yes, our Genie Plus strategy. Add-ons to do. They have special add-ons to do. A couple that are quite fun that if you haven't watched our videos from before, you need to check those out up here. Up here. So anyway, that being said, we are just going to dive right into this with our first tip, which is going to be...
I think you should buy a lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance.
Wow.
I'm going to start strong. And very
strong.
Controversial, because I am not a big fan of the lightning lanes, which are like the premier ones. So you pay extra, not just your Genie Plus, but you're paying additional price for that high demand ride, which it is Rise of the Resistance at I almost said Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. And so when we went there initially, everything was down. So we were rope dropping Rise. That's where we were going with the crowd. And Rise was down. So was Smuggler's Run. We didn't know what to do. We pinhauled around. We
Honestly
tried
strange.
we tried to strategize. We went ahead and suckered into buying a lightning lane, which guaranteed us a ride on Rise
of the Resistance, which we had ridden it before.
Right.
Twice.
It also guaranteed us a certain time to go. And when we returned back for that ride at that time, because of the lightning lane, we walked right on. I mean, we watched the shows, we watched everything going on. However,
the pre-shows. We still got the pre-shows.
But we basically walked right on. It was no
really
wait.
Did. Yeah. Which, can I segue off of that, the whole waiting thing with us real quick? And try not to ramble because this is my favorite park. But when we got there, I was like, what? It's down? That makes no sense. Like, the park just opened. What we did not realize is the park didn't open for us until 7:30. Yeah. It was 7:15 in the morning, and they let everything go through because they were expecting an influx of a lot of people that day. So, that being said... And we said, well, let's just go run to Smuggler's Run, and when we hop off it, go straight back here to Rise and keep an eye on it. Same thing was at Smuggler's Run. We're still down. Go check Slinky Dog Dash. It might be open. Both of them sent us there. No, that was not the case. Because we started walking back. When we started walking back towards Batuu and the Black Spire Outpost from Slinky Dog, because we fell for it, I was like, wait a minute. I looked at the time, and it was 7:35. And I was like, no way. All of that took 5 minutes. We were in way too early. Yeah. So, that being said, we get back down there, Smuggler's Run's at like a 70-minute wait already, and we're like, ugh. We would have been the first in line had we just sat and waited. But, also, the lightning lane does guarantee it, so weighs it out. So anyway, tip number 2.
So, if you're going to do Genie Plus, you want to book Slinky Dog Run first.
Slinky Dog Dash.
Slinky Dog Dash first, because that is the highest demanding Genie Plus ride that you're going to have. It
is the only one that you don't have to pay for that seems to consistently sell out.
Yes.
So it is imperative that if it is an absolute must ride for your group, your party, or just even if you're going by yourself, get it.
Tip number 3.
Oh wow, that was quick, man. Tip number 2: get Slinky Dog Dash done.
Yeah.
Okay, tip 3.
So if you're not going to ride Rise as a rope drop because you did a lightning lane, I think you should go to Smuggler's Run next. That should be the ride that you try to get on first.
Yeah.
Because Smuggler's Run is one of the popular rides as well. So we're hitting the big three right now. And you certainly should go ride that one.
So yeah, those 3 rides that we're just now talking about are the top 3 rides at Hollywood Studio. Well, no, there's a 4th one, but we might talk about that in another tip. But these are 3 of the top like big rides there with the Genie Plus for sure. Especially with Slinky Dog selling out. And I agree, going to Smuggler's Run is a good option if you want to just purchase the individual lightning lane for Smuggler's Run. Or not Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance. Because you're getting to fly the Millennium Falcon. And looking at wait times, Rise of the Resistance will have a bigger wait time than Smuggler's Run usually. A Smuggler's Run is never like a 30-minute wait. When Rise of the Resistance is like 120. Like, Smuggler's Run will be like over 60 minutes if Rise is 120 minutes. Like, that's the thing. Like, they both will just go up.
So. Rise, no pun intended.
Yes, they'll both rise. So, tip 4. Flying through this, we are doing so good.
So if
no rambles.
If you couldn't guess, we are huge Star Wars fans. And you can do some great meeting of the characters. And when I say that meeting, I say it very loosely. Only because, like, you've got Manda, you have Baby Yoda or
Grogu.
and you have Rey and Kylo Ren.
Chewie.
Yes, Chewie. They are wandering around in the marketplace.
First Order troopers. And what?
So they're wandering around in the marketplace and in Galaxy's Edge, obviously. But you're not going to get that actual meet and greet where it's going to be one-on-one. You're going to have to wait till those characters approach you. We did meet Mando, thank goodness, because we were so excited to meet him. But there was crowds of people and everybody kind of wanted to swarm in. And cast members had to multiply tell people, you got to wait for him to approach you.
Guilty.
So,
luckily she was wearing this shirt and
he came up to me. But I do say one big tip, a bonus tip for this, is that if you are dressed in character or dressed in something Star Wars oriented, they're going to see that. They're going to come up to you. I had stormtroopers come up to me because I had my Ahsoka jersey on in my ears. And they immediately were coming up to me asking me for my credentials and kind of inspecting me to see if I was Jedi or not. So it was a fun thing. Yeah. And you get more interaction with that.
I will say that I wore my First Order shirt, my Kylo Ren First Order shirt. So it's got like the First Order badge over here or a logo. Here, I don't remember. It's somewhere, I don't remember which side, but it's up here on the upper like chest area. And I just happened to be walking. She was, I think, over by Savi's workshop at the time. And I was walking back, and I see Rey and Chewie walking this way. And Rey, like, looks at me, points, and just goes, and walks on. I was like, hey Dan.
Mando even pointed at it.
Oh, yeah,
we have a photo of it. One of our friends
he just went like this.
Yeah. He, like, points at it, and he's staring at it. And, like, you can just... It's hilarious, the interactions you can get with the characters.
It really is. So, yeah, don't miss out on those. So, moving on to tip number 5.
So, I don't promote you to get a credit card unless you are responsible with it. But we do have a Disney Chase card, which allows us to have some little perks at Disney World. And one of those awesome perks is that we get a special meet and greet. So we got to go into the launch bay and meet and greet Darth Vader.
Without a wait.
With 0 wait. We literally walked right up to him. Yep. And it was kind of really cool experience.
Awesome.
He's very intimidating, very
super tall.
So
like,
tall.
I knew he was tall in the films, and I'm sitting here going, like, are they going to make this, like, a thing? And they, sure enough, they do. I mean, I was impressed. I was like, holy cow.
He's
they pulled this off
intimidating. He towers over you.
Yeah, sure does. And I'm not a tall person at all. I'm 5'7". So, like, that there is just like, yo, you up there. Like, you play in the NBA?
I feel like he's almost 7 foot. I would say.
Oh yeah, he's at least 7 foot. He was supposed to be like super scary and all that stuff.
He's very intimidating.
Very, very intimidating. So.
All right, tip number 6.
Oh my gosh.
This one's your favorite one. I'm gonna let you talk about it.
This is my favorite one, huh? Okay, so tip number 6. These are the additional things that you can do while you are there. I'm going to talk about one thing first, and that's the droid depot. You can build your own droid. You can build a astromech R unit, an astromech C unit, or a BB unit. If you are not aware or versed in what those are, think R2-D2, Chopper, or BB-8. They're the typical droid that you see. The R and BB units are the typical droid that rolls around that you see in Star Wars that walks around with like the gold droid. The BB units are the little ball with the magnetic head that bounces around.
BB-8.
Like BB-8, yes. If you do not know who BB-8 is, if you're not familiar with Star Wars. Still an awesome experience. You literally get to pick each piece, put it together, pick your colors, and say, here is my droid, let's activate it, and then they give you a remote control and you can move it around.
It's like the Build-A-Bear of
It is.
droids.
It is like a Build-A-Bear droid. Not cheap. It was about $125 for us to do.
With tax and everything, yeah.
Yeah, with tax and everything. That does not include the personality chip, which is $20, $15, somewhere in there. It was in that range at that time. But anyway, all of that is right here in this video.
Yes.
So there is that one. Moving on to the next thing, and I think this is the coolest experience. This even, to me, like when we did the wand experience for our honeymoon at Universal Studios, I thought that was
incredible.
I thought it was incredible. I had never like done something like that. We picked this, we do something. I was like, holy cow!
It's immersive.
Yeah, super immersive. But this one takes the cake for me.
And rightfully so. It is expensive.
Oh my gosh!
It's
yes,
expensive.
yeah.
Save your dollars.
$250 a person.
A builder.
A builder. You can have somebody come and observe for free, but that's Savi's workshop and building a lightsaber. The coolest thing I have ever done. So you walk in, they give you all your pieces, you put your saber hilt together, and then you put it in a thing. Oh, you got to pick your crystal too.
I think you're missing like one of the biggest highlights, I think.
Oh, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
And then you get your lightsaber. But, all that sounds kind of like the droid thing, but what's really cool is the person leading the entire thing is in the center. He's talking to you about the lightsaber and the lore, and then you start hearing Yoda talk to you, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is music playing the entire time. It is so incredible. And again, same video from the droid thing, watch up here. We definitely did that. It was so amazing. We want to do it again.
Yeah.
We super want to do it again because I want to make a different style of lightsaber because you have 4 different options. But I can talk all day about this.
It's a great souvenir for your Star Wars fans,
Oh my
obviously.
gosh. Yes.
There was a girl there that got emotional when she was building hers. She was kind of tearing up a little bit.
I got emotional building mine.
Because of the
I didn't cry, but I got emotional. I was... Even our friend Megan got emotional.
Yeah. If you were a Star Wars fan, it is 100% worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Great quality.
Yeah.
Great quality.
Not battle quality, but it's
within
metal.
reason.
Yeah, within reason. You don't want to sit there and bang it around, but yeah. So, all right. So, are we on tip 7?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, tip 7.
And I want to talk about this one because
talk about it.
loved this. So
Boy.
I have been to Disney World 3 times, and this was my first time ever experiencing this. I got to see Fantasmic, which is the night show. This show, guys, is probably my favorite night show of all of Disney World, including the castle fireworks show. So, Fantasmic is fantastic. You will
Pun
see
intended.
characters out of the wazoo. in this show.
What's a wazoo?
Well, obviously. But yeah, it is such a great. You'll see Steamboat Willie, which I thought was the
Steamboat
coolest.
Willie Mickey.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see all the different characters, and it's just an incredible fireworks. An incredible show. With music and acting, and it just goes through the story, and it is well worth it. There was 2 shows. We went to the very last show because we didn't want to wait in line too bad. And we didn't. We had the perfect seat. There's not a bad seat in that stadium. No,
there is not. It's an amphitheater.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it could technically be a stadium too.
And so the only bad seat would be behind a pole. That's really it. I personally.
I don't know if there is a spot that is behind a pole. Is there?
There is.
There is a.
Yes,
oh no.
There is. There's some poles here and there, and for lighting purposes. But
yes,
I think that just trying to be center, honestly, is the best. I don't think that you have to be down at the water, honestly. I think even if you wanted to be far back so you could get out quickly, that would be fine too.
Yeah. I agree. And to segue off of that Fantasmic show, if you can go to the later show, do that. The early show packs up. Because people see that it's there. They don't know about the late show. They want to go to the early show. They want to get it over with. And they have kids that are tired, but they want their kids to see the characters that you may not see walking through the parks or may not see at all during your visit.
Yeah.
So there is also that. That being said, that is our little bonus tip off of that for you.
So tip number 8. So don't miss out on Indiana Jones Stunt Show. That is a great show to go experience and see. So much fun. Balls of fire coming towards you. You can feel the heat off of the fire. They did an amazing job on those stunts. It's just so good. So don't miss that out too.
Agreed. And if you are unfamiliar of what a stunt show looks like, but you are familiar with maybe the Bourne Stuntacular over at Universal Universal Studios Florida, Orlando, whatever you want to call it. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, if you are familiar with that show, it is very similar, just with a different story.
Yeah.
So.
I honestly think it's better than Universal's, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised.
Number 9.
We shall move on to tip number 9.
So number 9 is that Hollywood Studios has some great food options. They really do. One of my favorite places to eat at is the 50s Diner, Primetime Diner.
50s Prime
where you are part of the family, and they will call you out with those elbows on the table, let me tell you.
Yeah, they will. They 100% will, because like I even tested it one time when she was telling me about it, our first visit, and I was just like, that woman walked up, get your elbows on the table. I was like, yes, ma'am.
And you better eat your vegetables.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of fun with it, and I love that.
Yeah.
And then even just like some of the Star Wars foods, like the Ronto wraps are so good.
So honestly, I was like looking at it, and I'm not a big coleslaw person, and it had slaw in there, and I was like, I don't know. But it went really well with that sausage and that, I think it's a pork tenderloin. Yeah. Wrapped up in there with the pita bread and everything. It was actually really good. That, or I was just having Disney eyes and taste buds. I don't know. But it was super good. So.
And then Olga's Cantina.
Olga's Cantina.
Yes. So it's great to get your drinks. It's great to get your mocktails in there. The atmosphere is so much fun. You've got a DJ going on, DJ Rex.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like the perfect environment to have a good time.
You definitely feel like you're walking into a bar or a cantina literally in the Star Wars universe, and you're walking around the ruffians. And
the bartenders are so good.
Oh,
they really are. So our first time going to Hollywood Studios, we got the early time, the earliest time, like right when it opened.
Yeah, like 8 o'clock in the morning.
But our bartender was so good. He was telling us.
He was awesome.
He was great. Now, our second time, we did get later in the afternoon because we wanted to save some of that time, early morning time, to get our things done. And it wasn't as good. but they were busy.
Like the drinks didn't change. The service was a little bit different, and not like, and they put us at a different table with other people next to us, and it just wasn't. It didn't feel the same. Yeah.
And unfortunately, they were busy. They couldn't like attend to you a little bit more and talk and like kind of get to know each other a little bit more. So that was kind of a disappointment to me.
Yeah. Some things that I have heard about that, if you guys are able to pull it off, is to get a reservation for when the park closes. So that
might eat into your Fantasmic time, though.
It might eat into your Fantasmic time, but if Fantasmic is not important to you, and the drinks are, or the atmosphere, or the experiences, then that's the time to go. You're going to have fun. Those cast members do not care either that you're doing that, because that means you're there longer. They get paid more because they're there longer, and you even get a photo op later on after that of basically nobody around.
Yeah, so because the park stays open even after it closes, it still stays open.
Yeah, because they can't just like lock you in there. So, are we on the final tip?
Final tip, and this is
I think tip 10.
One of the most important tips.
Oh boy.
So, Galaxy's Edge has some incredible merch.
Oh.
And it has one of my favorite merch stores.
Oh boy.
Please say it, because I can't ever say it.
Okay, so the store that she's talking about is right next to Savi's Workshop and right outside of Docking Bay 7 and Ronto Roasters. It is called Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. And if you know Ash, you know that is a mouthful for her to try and say, because animation is hard for her to say sometimes.
Animation!
Oh, she did it!
I had to think about it though before I said it. But yes, Doc Ondar's Antiquities.
Den of Antiquities.
Yes. Is a fantastic store. It is immersive when you walk in. It has things that you were not going to find anywhere else in the whole Disney World property, because it's special for that store, which makes it even cooler in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've just never seen things before there.
I'm going to pause you real quick. Some things you can find in other places, but you will have already seen those.
Yeah. It's not going to be special items.
However, oh no, yeah. I mean, that's it. You're going to see those. You're going to see, and what I'm talking about are lightsabers. You're going to find lightsabers outside at like Disney Springs. Yeah. There's going to be some that are only at Doc Ondar's for that rotation. So Disney likes to rotate lightsabers around. And so some will be at Disney Springs. Some will be at Doc Ondar's.
And I think the big thing is that at Doc Ondar's Antiquities, yes, you're going to find things that you haven't seen, like holocrons, wayfinders, just like the cool little things. And
Kyber crystals.
Yes. And we're going to include that video our merch that we bought at Galaxy's Edge up above. So then that way you can see what we got, because it is so cool.
Oh yeah. So everything or almost everything in that video we got from Doc Ondar's. Besides the lightsabers and a couple other things that was out in like the bazaar, where like Mando and
the marketplace.
Well, that's what a bazaar is. It's the marketplace. It's bazaar.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
So
again, yes, please go check that video out up there, and please give it a like, because that way we know what you guys like to watch, and it would really mean a lot to us, and it really helps us out. And segueing off of that, please hit that like button on this video, and that subscribe button, and that
bell notification button,
so that you guys don't miss any more of videos like this, our top 10 tips and tricks of any other theme parks. We even have some other top 10 tips and tricks of all the other 3 Disney theme parks already on our channel. So if you like and subscribe with this one, please like the other videos. That would help us out a lot. And go check those out, because we also know that if you are going to Disney World, you are going to be visiting possibly the other parks as well. So that being said, stick around, and by hitting that subscribe button, you will see our overall Disney World top 10 tips and tricks, which is on its way. So anyway, with that,
bring on the next adventure.
Bye guys.